That was a lot just in that. Well, the other thing you can do, which I hadn't even shown yet, and we're going to add inside the map. All right, let's come and do this. So in the map, we're going to add a, I don't want to do base map one. Let's do legend. And we're going to put this positioned. I forget what the default here is, but we'll put in the top right for now. Okay, so right now it's not going to work. Nothing will happen right now. I have to import it first. And we're going to do that here. And we're just going to go ahead and say that, copy this, and we're going to replace this with legend. Now it should work. If I come over here, I should have a legend over in the corner. Oh, I didn't go. I went to the bottom right. Why did I go to the bottom right? Oh, I misspelled it. Typo. My bad. Come over here. There we go. Now it's in the top right. So here's the legend for this particular map. It's probably better over here in the bottom left, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so you can do that now. Tied to it, and then it's got some properties on legend that I forget that you can set. Like if you want the legend visible out here, and I don't think it's gonna let me. I don't think typing is going to help me out in the HTML file for that. So, unfortunately, but there are some properties you can do there. And all I had to do is import it as well. Now, there's a shortcut to this too that you can do. If I did this, if I did import from at, oops, components dist loader. I believe it's called define custom elements. Here we go. Now, if I just call this, I think I had call window. Maybe we'll see on the window. No, just call define custom elements by default. Window, I think, is going to be the default in there. So basically, what that's going to do, lazy load all of the components that are part of map components, but no, don't get carried away. It's not going to load each and every single one. The way this works, we use Stencil to build out our web components, and what Stencil does is it creates very tiny little proxy modules that are have promises under the hood for dynamic imports and stuff. And define custom elements is going to load these tiny little modules for all the components, and they're going to listen for when a component is added to the DOM, right? So it's going to wait for that component to get added to the DOM, and when it is, then it's going to go ahead and load the full JavaScript for that component needed under the hood, right? So, for example, I've got map and legend in there, but there's proxy modules for something like search, which is going to load its own code, right? So, as soon as I add a search element to the app and to the DOM, it's going to go and load the code for search, right? So it's all a bunch of lazy loading happening under the hood, right? So there are two ways you can do it. You can do this define custom elements, or you can import the modules directly. It doesn't really matter, honestly, which one you decide to do. As you can see, it's going to load the TypeScript typings for them no matter what. I prefer this method, but you know what? I can be persuaded to bring in the define custom elements and do it that way too. And I believe that's how a lot of our samples are in the Maps SDK for JavaScript. If you look here, yeah, we do define custom elements in here, but we also have a pure ASM way of doing it as well to show you how to do that. So it's all about preference and what you're comfortable doing. I think I just kind of went through the very basics. This helped me out because I did cover some things like integration with the platform, which is the item ID, right? Maybe for this section, I'll show a slide. Maybe how if I show any code? When I say complement to ArcGIS Core, I basically mean that I could do something like I can have a import ArcGIS Core layers feature layer, creating the layer, and then I can grab the map property from the element, because yes, there is a map properties. If I come over here, and this is the actual map from ArcGIS Core, right? Come on, here's my map right here. And my map's got all these properties. Like I can do layers, I can add the layer in there, right? And all that other cool stuff I might want to do. I can add my layers directly to the map and use ArcGIS Core to create my layers and all the other really cool stuff. So maybe I'll do my slides like that in there. I kind of showed you how you can do, I mixed some things up here. So I went with some very basic demo, a vanilla demo, I suppose. But events, right? So event listeners, talking about the custom event names. So this is kind of cool. Okay, so this is going to help me out in terms of like how I should probably go things. I didn't have a chance to cover a React application. I'll do that next time. I'll probably do a couple of these streams this week, just sharing how I am working through my ideas for how this session is going to go. Again, I have a schedule kind of roughly written out that I've kind of gone over with Omar here. So I think this here I just talked about for like half an hour probably. I need to condense down to like under 10 minutes of using web components of vanilla apps, right? Because this is a vanilla application, what I would refer to as a vanilla application. So all that stuff I just did need to condense into like 10 minutes here. But I could probably use some of this same content and code and stuff talking about the benefits of web components, which is going to be like this right here, the benefits of web components. That's some of that. A lot of the stuff's going to end up in here anyway, as well as in here. I need to talk about using the CDN or anything like that too. So maybe I'll do a CDM sample later this week when I'm doing some more stuff in this web component demo. And I've got other sessions. I got 3 other sessions. So I would, if this works out pretty good and it just helps me like brain dump some stuff, I might end up doing this for all of my sessions throughout the rest of this month up until DevSummit starts, you know, if anybody's keen to watch. But all right, cool. Thank you very much. I will see you all next time. Late.